What, Baron? How much more am I supposed to withstand? Kill me already! Kill me!
This one. Prepare him.
Oh boy, our sanity might be dropping real bad. Oh, here's an ore piece.
The cradle is ready. Good.
You're a man! How can you partake in this?
Is he all right?
He is one of the wicked. Don't pay his lies any attention.
I'm not a bad man! It was an accident!
He set a man on fire.
It wasn't my fault! Why won't anyone listen?
That's horrible.
Of course. We are dealing with monsters here.
No, please! I'll do anything! Whatever you want! Anything! I'll do anything! I'm innocent!
Oh shit, are these cages new? I don't remember seeing them before. What's our sanity at? It's still dropping. Delete this. A man lost his life. Alright, let's get out of here. Dropping too much. This texture and color are constantly changing. Oops. They won't stay together. Okay, look. The body that was in there is now missing. So what does that tell us? 1 + 1. Get some more oil. Rope? String? There are quite a few things to be said about torture. I had figured that the reaction I would get from the victims would be highly individual. Thankfully, this is not the case. The humans all have a very similar approach to dealing with physical pain and the terror of anticipation. I cannot stress enough the importance of restraining the victims before proceeding. Even the most timid creature can break out in fits of violence where their strength exceeds their expected prowess. If proper care has been put into breaking the victim, it should not be a problem, but it will also hinder the effects I am after. The right steps to take are therefore to restrain while the victim is still dazed. Proceed by presenting the form of torture you are about to apply and then continuing with the actual act. The point of presentation is to infuse terror. The human mind is extremely efficient, as it will trigger itself into great fear simply by imagining it. While applying pain, make sure to avoid massive damage, as it will prove more efficient if the process can be sustained. Also, also apply the pain in doses, if possible, with breaks to let the body settle. If you are whipping or cutting the victim, strike once, wait for the pain to subdue, then strike again. As long as the body suffers, it will continue to produce the vitae and saturate the blood with its properties. Only with careful performance will all victims yield maximum effect. If the victim doesn't behave as expected, it is likely that all will be for naught. Before this happens, feed them the amnesia drink and try again later. It is you, my love, I miss the most, or is it perhaps myself? I know what I have become. I am not blind. I am a monster to them, a demonic sultan perched on a dark mountain top. There is little I can do to redeem myself. The Black Eagle fears me, and after Napoleon's defeat, it is only a matter of time before they will demand my head on a platter. I must remove myself from this land. This time it must work. If I can't return home now, I shall perish. I always jump when doing that. What is that noise? Cockroaches? Like always. So annoying. The body's gone. Such filth, he thought. Good men can safely cheer their departure, as they are nothing but a burden to mankind. They shall not be missed. Still don't know what to do here. Yeah.
Good to see. You seem to have found all the orb pieces used in the transcender. Go to the choir and find the rest.
The remaining ore pieces can be found in the choir. Werner taught me of the other side. I trust him with my true reason for my efforts, and still he insists on releasing Agrippa. I think the audio for the left side went out. How an enlightened man can show such a lack of compassion in a seat of power disgusts me. I can't bring myself to part from Agrippa, as he is and has been for centuries my only link to the worlds beyond. Werner claims he tries his best to release me from my banishment, but that he needs to give me to him Agrippa first, so he too can help. If he could guarantee success, I would happily oblige, but how am I to part from him if my return might be denied? I know what they are capable of. I have seen their deception. Optimism is a most hopeless feeling. But I must retain it. I shall prepare to release him. I shall prepare for his release. To release Agrippa without killing him, Werner told me to feed him a tonic made from a paralyzer, Vita, Vita, and Tampter. The poisonous fungi should work as a paralyzer if I can find the internal gland from a large specimen. The choir seems to be a fertile grounds for this sort. I should then be able to extract its content with the proper tools. The vitae should be extracted as usual from any agonized human victim's blood. I just need a large amount to distill it properly. Remember to collect this during the next torture session. Tampter, on the other hand, will prove more difficult. I don't think it exists in this world. Simply writing the world with these letters looks wrong. I believe it's a property of secretion in the water-dwelling I don't know. I will have to address Warner with this, as he will have to supply me with a host. Also, a properly prepared well should suffice to contain it. Oh. So that's what the well is. In court, the Order of the Black Eagle spew their politics at each other while I sit quietly in place, willfully forgotten. Once in a while, someone will notice me and lose themselves in a silent cower before regaining their senses. They all know that I am the one and the same Alexander who helped their fathers and grandfathers to found this great order. I have seen them take their fathers' places, and they will grow too old and pass away, while I remain the same, aged not by time but by anguish. So what am I to do about collecting whatever it was? The fear had begun to drown him again. He reached once more for the empty bottle of laudanum. In frustration, he smashed it against the bedpost. After the man had secured the prisoner, the ritual began. Wow.
15th of August, 1839. The blood wards are failing. The shadow beckons, and its cry disarms my actions. Hurry. No time to spare. You have to kill another. Alexander produces a knife. He wants me to cut the flesh. Do it. Save yourself. He is a murderer, Daniel. He is evil. A cold-blooded killer. Hurry. Alexander, you must let me be. I have to concentrate. Take the man, cut the lines, cut the flesh, watch the blood spill, let it come. Please, I didn't do anything. Pick the man, cut the lines, pick the man, cut the lines. Leave the man cries. Now you see. I did well. One life for another. You hear me, guardian of the orb? I did all this for you. Now, once more, withdraw your shadow from my domain.
Oh no.
Alexander, there isn't much time. I can feel it. We must act swiftly. I will do whatever it takes.
The thick liquid spread across his tongue. He swallowed excessively to consume every drop. He looked through the window at a widespread forest in the morning sun. Will this ever end? He thought.
What are my intentions, Daniel? Salvation. It used to be yours, but now you only seek misplaced revenge. How do you justify your violence? Is it for the greater good? Are you doing the world a service? It is you who caused all this pain and death. If you had accepted your fate and submitted to the orb when you first discovered it, none of this would have happened. It is curiosity in league with your selfishness that is killing us both.
I don't believe it. I wonder if I even need. Whoa. Holy shit, that scared me. The forger stood absolutely still. The casket had been closed by the faint light but a faint light made its way inside. A myriad of spikes pointed at him, glittering as they waited for his body to slip for just a moment. His knee jerked and he felt his blood trickle down his leg, and in pain his head felt slightly forward. It took him a while to realize his eyes had ruptured and began to leak. God, I fell through that? Seems like the further we go along, the worse the game gets. I don't know if I need a lantern here. Oh no. Sanity at. Alright. Move. The trader did not know what to think of the brass bowl as he was forced to enter it. Only when the heat of the fire began to scorch his skin and cook his flesh did he realize it was his tomb. His screams of pain echoed inside of the brass chamber and traveled through the complex instruments which was the bull's head. Outside, the men could hear the brazen bull bellow. Whoa. Don't do this to me. Alright, our sanity has been restored. I hate the distortion that's going on the screen. Oh. Her sanity keeps dropping.
The wheel is good for keeping your victims still during the procedure. They can be bound around the circumference or simply stretched across, tying limbs to the spokes and rim. All tools are by this point useful, and you may administer the torture in any way you like. But the forte of the wheel is the gaps. When you have decided that the victim shall die, you can smash their limbs with a hammer, making them fold in between the frame.
But they'll die. Too quickly, I mean.
No, don't worry. The human body is much more resilient. They can survive for days until they finally succumb.
The murderer's limbs were tied to the spokes of the wheel. They turned the wheel slowly, but with intent, so the rope secured around his legs stretched and cracked the bone. He no longer had the strength to scream. The two men looked at each other knowingly and took a hammer and struck the victim's chest in a final act of mercy. Orb? Hello, Orb? Orb bliss? Can we put them together? No. Crystal clear my ass. We're almost done. Well, I mean, here at least. It had gone too far. The man was suffocating. Oh, okay. I wonder how long we have until we finish the actual game, though. Something died inside of him that day. Watching that man slip away was more than his mind was willing to handle.